Well, I'm not tall. It's tall. I'm average.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, we're joined by the infamous, the legend himself, Mr. Larnell Lewis.
Thank you, man.
How are you feeling after putting on such a production?
Relieved. Feeling grateful, you know. The amount of people it took to run this, the amount of people that decided to invest in this with their time, with their money, with their, you know, their thoughts. I'm just grateful because there's no way Joy and I could run around and make this happen ourselves. So the community is, it's great.
Most people may not understand what goes on behind the scenes to put on. Like we're talking, this is a major theater in the city. Take us behind the scenes. How? I think you mentioned it on the stage. Like you started a year ago or some months ago. You started planning for it.
Yes.
Take us behind the scenes. Like how do you plan
Absolutely.
a production like this?
So what will happen is once we wrap tonight, we'll just take some time to reflect, and we will have a couple meetings just to discuss what went well, what could go better. You know, get some feedback from people in the community. And then we just start vision planning, right? And what the vision planning looks like is over the next few months, Joy and I will just listen to music, we'll think about people in the community, we'll really just think about what we want to say for the following year. And then once we start to get into the planning phase, now we're talking about budget. Now we're talking about, you know, people power. We're trying to understand what it's going to take, you know, what options are there. This coming year, we're going to be doing a lot more fundraising, right? So looking for sponsors, really getting out there, building our decks to get those out to people, right? We did a lot of capturing this year, so we're going to be reviewing that footage as well. And just making as many people jealous and like, you know, frustrated that they didn't make it up this year is the whole point.
Well, that worked on us last year because we missed it last year. And we saw footage and we're like, oh man, we missed it.
Thank you.
But I mean, this is the fourth
year, yes.
I don't think I've ever been to an event like this locally, where it looks like the whole goal is to bring out and sort of spotlight and highlight certain drummers, musicians as they evolve, right? Is that the motive behind FlowFest?
Man, that is one of the biggest pillars for us with FlowFest. The main thing is to highlight drummers and percussionists that are composers and that want the opportunity to be out front. Like Adrian mentioned, this is the first time he's playing his music with a band, right? Which is a massive deal. I mean, to be able to host your own show, you know, have the banter with the audience, run the band, run your sound, do everything, you know. As a drummer, we don't often get that. We're usually hired to lock things in, but you already know, there's so many sounds we have in our head, so many things we have in our head, so many things that we would prefer to hear, and to actually get a chance to be featured with that and have the money to support it as well, it's a really big deal. And then the other thing was to have more people in the space that are from our community, so they could feel at home in this space, to know that it's not just us renting it out, we are actually in partnership with the City of Brampton, in partnership with Rose Theater, for them to make this space, you know, seem a little more friendlier to what we need, you know?
No, I totally see what you're saying. Right? And again, I think the what you guys are doing at such a high level is what we need, especially in our community, is to see music at a certain level. And I think it also encourages other musicians to aspire to, right? Because most people know Canadian musicians as second tier, maybe Americans, right? But there's a lot of talent coming out of Canada, and I think this event is one of the ways to really showcase that talent. So I commend, I mean, I know it's a lot of work, you know, I've done some events before, it's a lot of work, but you know, I commend what you guys do here because I think it's really making an impact.
Thank you.
Really making an impact, right? As we wrap it up, I mean, what would you tell other musicians that look up to you, right? In fact, quick story, I don't know if you remember this, but this was probably 10 years ago. You were playing at the TD Jazz Festival downtown, okay? And I think it was just before or just at the point when you start playing with Snarky Puppy? I can't remember.
That's about the time.
That's about the time. And I said, should I get your autograph? I don't know if you remember that, right? Because I had a feeling it was just going to explode. But what would you say to other musicians up and coming that aspire to take their talent, like you've taken your talent, to do something of this magnitude? What would you say to them as to what they should focus on?
Wow. I mean, I would highlight a few things. One is community, right? You can get some stuff done, but you will still have to attach yourself to a community, you know? And that community is going to be linked to, you know, wanting to experience what you have, right? So community is important. Feeding into that community, not just taking. You know, we all need somebody at some point for something. So be a part of the community. Don't isolate yourself practicing at home. And you know, another thing, and you know, we talked about it a bunch, but it's like the finances, right? Get that in order. That'll get your mind at ease, and that'll make the bandwidth, you know, to create the bandwidth for you to do the things that you want to do. And then the last thing is, you know, having markers in your mind of what you're aiming for. We can play and we can have fun, but if you do want to make it to the next level, understand those people that are at the next level and just do some research and understand how they function, how they operate, what they're into, who they hire and why they hire them. And then you'll start to see the kinds of things that you need to pay attention to. Like you'll start to meet people that do some of those things, and you can build your network in your community and start to grow that. So
Nuggets, this is good. So I hope y'all are taking this all in, because you're hearing it directly from the legend himself, Mr. Larnell Lewis. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.